What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another Digimon deck tech video for you. Now, it's been a little bit since I have done a Digimon deck tech video, but with Classic Collection right around the corner, I figured this was as good a time as any to jump back into doing videos like this. As you can probably already tell, today I'm going to be bringing you an Imperialdramon deck list. Now, with Classic Collection, Imperialdramon has gained a lot of new support. It was a really good deck before, but there's some cool new cards that Classic Collection / EX01 brings to the table. So we're going to dive in and look at my personal take on an EX01 Imperialdramon list. One other thing I do have to make clear before we jump into this video is that this is a theory list. Classic Collection, unfortunately, has been delayed in Canada. We do not get the booster boxes until January 21st. So again, this is a theory list. I have not built this list myself or tested it out. If you have a similar list and you have been playtesting with it, feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you have any suggestions or feedback or ways that we could potentially alter this list. So I think that's enough rambling. Let's get into this. Starting out with the babies, we have 5 Demi-Vmons. We have a 4-1 split in favor of the one that triggers draw 1 when you attack with a Digimon that has jamming. You'll notice throughout this list that jamming is a common theme. So this triggers quite often, and draw 1 is a significantly better effect than gaining plus 1000 DP for the turn. That can come in handy, but being able to cycle through your deck and find the pieces that you need and just constantly being able to draw cards is just going to give you much better value. Diving into the rookies is no stranger to this deck. We have 4 copies of the Vmon that has jamming. This is a very, very solid rookie. Having jamming on a rookie just lets you get in some early damage. It's very, very good. The next rookie we have is a brand new Vmon from EX01. This Vmon has an inheritable where when the Digimon that's on top of it becomes unsuspended during your main phase, not at the start of your turn, but if it becomes unsuspended during your main phase, you gain a memory. That comes up quite a bit because as you see, as we get into the higher levels, there's a lot of triggering unsuspend and you're able to get like multiple attacks in per turn. The next rookie we have is 3 copies of Dracomon from the new blue starter deck. So this Dracomon is on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 Digimon card with Dramon in its name among them to your hand, and then you send the other 2 to the bottom of the deck in any order. This will come up quite a bit because this allows you to fish for your level 5s and level 6s because Paildramon and Imperialdramon both contain Dramon in their names, so your Dracomon here allows you to find those pieces if you don't have them in your hand. And then rounding out the rookies, I have 3 copies of Elecmon. Elecmon is just in here to, again, just to round out the rookies, and it's a 2 play cost, so this is like your rookie memory choker. Starting out the level 4s, we have 4 copies of X-Vmon from EX01. This X-Vmon has jamming on itself, which is very, very good. It also triggers the draw 1 when it's on top of the Demi-Vmon. And then it has an inheritable. While this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name or free in its traits, it gains jamming. So if you have a level 5 with free in its trait, which both of the level 5s that we run in this list have free in their trait, they will also gain jamming. Paildramon already has jamming, but that's fine. And then it allows you to give the Imperialdramon jamming as well. The next level 4 we have is 4 copies of Stingmon from EX01. This Digimon has piercing, which is quite good. And just like the X-Vmon, the same conditions on the inheritable, it can pass piercing up to whatever is on top of it, which is very, very good. Piercing and jamming is a very, very good combination to have. All right, the next champion we have is 2 copies of Lobomon. This is really, really nice because Lobomon allows you to throw this on top of your Davis and swing for game. So it can kind of be like a sneak attack card, but it doesn't synergize with the rest of the list, so that's why I only have 2 in here. And then we round out the champions with 2 copies of Cordramon. I know I could also be running the other X-Vmon that unsuspends a rookie, but I feel like this list just wants to build up to a really, really strong Imperialdramon, and I feel like the Cordramon can help with that because it has an on-play of draw 2, so if you were to open with this in your hand and you were to not really have any other rookies, you at least get value by playing it, and if it comes out of your security, you get a free body on field, and you get the draw 2, which is really, really nice. All right, getting into the ultimates, we have 8 ultimates. We have 8 Paildramons. We have 4 from BT3 and 4 from EX01. The one from BT3 is the one that has jamming on itself, which is very strong. and it has the inheritable, if an Imperialdramon is on top of it, when it attacks, you can unsuspend it once per turn. This is one of the combo pieces that lets you, get 3 attacks in, like 3-4 attacks in with the stack. It's really, really good. And the Imperialdramon from EX01 has a when Digivolving effect. If a Digimon card with free in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, unsuspend this Digimon. So you can like use Imperialdramon to swing in, and if it's on top of the XVmon, it will have jamming, so it shouldn't die. Then you can evolve an Imperialdramon over top of it to get the unsuspend, and then you can attack again. It's really, really nice. It just helps you get multiple attacks in per turn. And then getting into the Imperialdramons, so I run 6 here. I run a 3-3 split between the BT3 Imperialdramon and the new EX01 Imperialdramon. The one from BT3, we've seen it a little bit, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but it has jamming on itself, which is very, very good. And then when this digivolves, it unsuspends all of your Digimon with jamming, including itself. The new Imperialdramon has a when digivolving effect. If a Digimon card with free in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, unsuspend this Digimon and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Very, very strong. This allows you to suspend your opponent's blockers, which is very good. There is no condition on what Digimon can be suspended. Previously, we've seen other card effects where it's like, suspend one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, or a Digimon, with like 4 or 5,000 DP or less. There's no conditions on this. So if they have a really, really big blocker out, like if they have a Gundramon out, or a Machinedramon, or something else that's a really, really big blocker, you can just suspend it and get through it. And then if there is a Stingmon on the stack, then you can pierce through it and get security checks, which is really nice. Also, I forgot to mention this, but this Imperialdramon has a inheritable effect, where if there's an Imperialdramon on top of it, it can't be blocked. So that's very, very strong. So if your opponent has like more than one blocker, or just whatever they have on their side of the field, it doesn't matter, because this Imperialdramon will make both of your Imperialdramons unblockable, which is very, very strong. And then I round out the megas with 1 copy of the Blitz Omnimon. I'm not entirely sure if I want to keep this, because this puts me up to like 7 megas, which can be a little bit, but I feel with cards like the Dracomon and the Cordramon, and just like the cheap evolution all around, that you'll be able to cycle through your deck quite a bit. Also, the Davis will help out with that, but we'll get into that in a minute. So the Blitz Omnimon, when it digivolves, it has Blitz, so you can swing even if the digivolve pushes it to your opponent's side. When you digivolve, you get it unsuspended as well. And if there would be an effect that would delete it, you can pop a level 6 underneath it to prevent it from being destroyed, so they basically have to like kill it twice. So that rounds out the Digimon. Getting into the Tamers, we run 4 copies of Davis. Davis is essentially like the tamer to run in Imperialdramon. Most of the Digimon in this list are blue. The exception is the Stingmon. Stingmon is the only green Digimon here. So Davis is, and then obviously Omnimon is white, but Davis can't find Omnimon anyways. So Davis on play, you get to flip the top 3 and add 1 blue and 1 green Digimon card from them to your hand, and then the others go to the bottom. This lets you fish for the specific pieces that you need, and then he sets your memory to 3 at the beginning of the turn. Getting into the option cards, we have 3 copies of Hammerspark. We don't have to say anything about Hammerspark. It's very, very strong in blue. And then I run 2 copies of Howling Memory Boost. I personally like this a little bit better in this list over the blue Memory Boost, again, at least in theory, because I feel like with Davis and with the Dracomons, there's already a good amount of search. So just being able to have a little bit of control over your opponent, I think, is really good. And then if this is in security, you just get this on the field, and then it's an extra 2 memory. And that rounds out the list. So again, this is just a theory list because I don't have the cards to build this yet. But as soon as EX01 comes in, I'm building this list. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, if you have been playing a list like this, feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you have any suggestions or feedback on things that we might be able to change here. Because I haven't been able to test this list out, I don't know exactly if the numbers and the ratios that I have would actually work out in gameplay. So again, feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like. Also, feel free to consider subscribing if you are new. I'm trying to do a little bit more Digimon content than I have in the past couple of months, so you can expect more videos like this and booster box openings and that kind of a thing coming to the channel soon. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.